Fanboy, 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 fanboy. BioShock Infinite is the most overrated sack of crap to come out this year. My gosh! This game absolutely is freaking stinky. BioShock Infinite. Oh man! Alright, let's take a look at BioShock Infinite, or however you pronounce this stupid title. First of all, it's another generic first-person shooter. Alright, and it's the third installment in the BioShock franchise, if you can even call it that. A franchise. More like a terrible, crappy trilogy of sorts. Oh, and you know, I love how it was called Project Icarus. Alright, it's not even that. Well, Icarus? What does this have anything to do with Nintendo's game? I mean, talk about unoriginality. They just stole it. Irrational Games, the idiotic developers that produced this sack of crap title. Alright, I mean, Icarus. That's already a game for the NES. They had a game for the Wii. Alright, and I mean, look at this. It came out for PC, PS3, 360. Just released March 26, 2013. You know, just today. This game, man, it's basically the same crappy game that we've seen like 6 years ago, man. The first BioShock, which is another overrated sack of crap in its own right, when it was released. You know, I remember when the first BioShock came out, and everybody was like, Game of the Year, Game of the Year. I played it, and let me tell you something. I was so bored within the first 5 minutes of that game that I returned it. That's right. I returned that pile of mess, and I got freaking Modern Warfare 4 instead. Alright, Call of Duty 4, rather. The first Modern Warfare. And I haven't looked back since. I mean, COD absolutely destroys well, I don't even want to call it BioShock, because really, this is a ripoff of System Shock. That's right. System Shock came out first. You know, that game, basically, it came out for the original PlayStation, the PC back in the 90s, you know. This game called System Shock, they had a sequel, System Shock 2. Alright, and what BioShock did was they even stole the name BioShock. System Shock. They ripped off the ideas, ripped off the gameplay, or the powers, and everything. But the only thing they switched around was that, oh, it's set in the 50s or whatever. System Shock was set in the future. And, I mean, it was just nothing but a complete freaking knockoff. Alright, look at this. Oh, it's not part of the storyline of previous BioShock games, but has similar gameplay, concepts, and themes. Oh yeah. As if, you know, the storyline ever mattered in the BioShock series. I mean, there's nothing impressive about this pathetic title. You know, and BioShock, I mean, let's take a look at the freaking scores right now. Check out the 360 version first. Basically, look at this. Look at can you believe this? It has a 95 metascore right now. That's right, a 95. Can you believe that? Oh, what a bunch of paid reviewers, so-called reviewers. These people are supposed to be professionals, but you know they've been bought out, man. They've been paid by 2K Games to rate it really that high, man. Based on 11 critics. I mean, look at all these people. Look at this. Look at this biased, absolutely inaccurate, corrupted reviewers. Cheat Code Central gave it a perfect 100. Are you serious? Xbox 360 Achievements gave it 100. Big Pond Game Arena 100. Game Informer 100. EGM gave it 100. I mean, look at these frickin' bunch of liars. Even GameSpot gave it a 90. Official Xbox Magazine UK gave it a 90. 360 Magazine UK 90. Ever noticed that most of these reviewers are 360/Xbox based frickin' reviewers? They're not even... So obviously they already have a bias towards the console. Alright? And look at the huge disparity, the huge difference between that And the user score, the fan score, has only an 8.9. Yeah, an 8.9. So you take a 95 and an 8.9, that's a huge difference. That's a huge gap. Obviously, the fans don't think it's that highly impressive. It's not that good. And let's take a look at the freaking user scores. Alright. Look at this. Look, oh, now we're getting to the truth. Now we're getting to reality. Sargon420 gave it a 3. A 3! Extraordinarily poor shooting, an aggravatingly egotistical narrative, and a complete lack of player agency means this game's a real AAA stinker. I gave it a 3 though because I do like the music and some of the visuals are pretty good. And Sargon420 gave it a 3. That's a 30%, okay? That's an absolute fail, man. Oh, man! And you know this guy's being honest. You know, this guy's telling the truth. He's speaking straight from the heart. I mean, even people who give it a little bit higher than 3, like Runaway Donut. Alright, Runaway Donut, he gave it a 7. A 7, okay? That's nothing close to a 10, nothing close to a 9. That's not even an 8. It's a 7. Might as well be a 0. BioShock Infinite has great potential, but somehow disappointing at the same time. For me, it's a very awesome game. However, after you played it, you just feel that something has gone very wrong about the game. The E3 footage has absolutely gone. They weren't in the game, because if they are, the game might become so much better in the presentation. Because the footage had so much potential. What the E3 showed us was different than the final presentation of the whole game. Oh, so basically, it's inaccurate, and the E3 basically lied to us. You know, I remember that trailer, man. It tried to make it so epic, you know, the idiot first-person mode of riding that roller coaster thing, and the music and everything. I mean, what the heck was that? I didn't even feel like BioShock. It was outside, it was all sunny and crap. You know, and I mean, this guy just totally just... you know, told the truth. This guy, the game feels like a COD campaign. Oh man, it's trying to rip off Call of Duty? What a bunch of unoriginal hacks, man. Bunch of thieves. Not much different because it focuses on combat most of the time. We don't expect that. We expect BioShock to have great atmosphere, which it doesn't, and realistic events happening throughout the game. And Infinite doesn't have it. It doesn't have many of those, which can be a huge disappointment for BioShock fans. That's what BioShock built its name around, is the atmosphere, the setting, you know, it feels like this world is so surrealistic, you know. It's like, whoa, like this could be real, could be fantasy, somewhere in between. But this is just trying to be like COD now. I mean, this thing is pathetic. This one, the one it needs to improve, doesn't on combat. There is no fresh ideas either, which is why this game is disappointing. Oh man, and there it is, man. This game is absolute tripe manure. And we're gonna take a look at the PS3 version of Infinite. Oh, they're even lower. Got an 8.8. Oh man. And it's taking a look at the scores right now. All right. And of course, it's the same thing with the metascores, you know, the same bias, 9.5, whatever, you know, because a lot of these professional reviewers get paid off. But user scores, you know, the actual fans that play it, they don't get paid. They don't get paid off, so they're more honest with their scores. Z Kirk gave it a 4. This is the PS3 version. Alright, so time for a reality check concerning this franchise. I've been tracking for many years now how the Shock series, which started as one of my all-time favorites, which was System Shock, has slowly slipped down into a pit of mass-market appeal. Oh yeah, it's a System Shock ripoff. With every new installment, a few layers of complexity and freedom which set the games apart have been methodically shaved off, and as we arrive at the 5th game, there just isn't all that much left. The only puzzle solving, if you can even call it that, consists of finding up books that are linked to certain areas, and then letting an NPC, non-playable character, solve it for you. Bottom line is the story is still good, the graphics are awesome, gameplay has taken a short step over a tall cliff. If I were to plot this franchise as a regression line, I predict that the 6th game will have completely lost all the incredible mix of gameplay and story, which elevated the early games into one of my favorites. The Shock franchise has lost its soul in pursuit of the mass market segment, and it saddens me greatly. Well, obviously, this guy is a... Well, he's speaking from the heart. He's a sensitive little, fool, but he's a sentimental... He's a sentimental, douchebag, but... I mean, he told the truth, man. Zker gave it a 4, and a frickin' 4. That's a complete failure rate, if you ask me. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing else positive about this idiotic BioShock Infinite crap. And that's what we should call it. Bio crap, really. It's bio crap. It's, and basically, that name too, BioShock, that's a ripoff of Biohazard. Yeah, Resident Evil, man. That's the original name of Resident Evil in Japan, Biohazard. But then frickin', Telltale Games, or whatever these guys, Irrational Games, I'm already forgetting their stupid developer's name, 2K Games, basically. They ripped it off, man. They ripped off the name, the bio part. So, I mean, even taking a look at this on the PS Vita, it came out for the PS Vita as well. The Vita doesn't even have any scores, man. It's got no critic scores. It's got no user scores. It has... Nobody even plays it. Why? Because nobody has a Vita. Nobody plays the PS Vita, man. So why would they even release it? Why would they bother releasing it on the stinking Vita? Oh, man. What a fail of a game. BioCrap, Infocrap is finished. It is over. This should be the final game in the crappy BioShock series. There is nothing good about it. And if you want a good FPS with sci-fi elements and futuristic themes, go play COD, man. I mean, go play COD. It's where all the cool gamers go to play. It's the only FPS worth checking out. And if you haven't tried it already, you must be a bio-poop fan loser. That's it for this episode of Fanboy Reviews. And until next time, keep fanboying. Yeah!